I'm Karen, and I'm a yarn addict. This is my channel, and on here I talk about yarn. When I buy yarn, I love to show y'all the yarn I buy, and I crochet with the yarn I buy. I love to show y'all the things I crochet. There's been a tag going around all the crochet channels and a little bit of everywhere, and I'm a little late, of course, doing it. This is the What Do You Call It? I think that's the correct name, challenge. So, I've got them all wrote down in my book where I can get them right, hopefully, for a change. Darla over at the Crafty Yarn Owl. Yes, Darla, the Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. Can't get Darla's name right, but she tagged me in this tag, and I told her I was going to do this, so I'm going to get it done. And we're going to start. Okay, what do you call when you're cooking the food on an outdoor grill? We just call it grilling. I know a lot of people call it barbecuing and stuff like that, but we've always, you're out there grilling. So, then what do you call a carbonated beverage? We've always basically drank Coke, so most things that we've got, whatever, get me a Coke. We've never called it a soda or a pop or anything like that. If we're not drinking Coke, then we call, hey, get me an orange drink. Say if we got, a carbonated orange drink, whatever company. Or most of the time, if we've got Pepsi, we call it Coke. We did when I was little all the time. I quit drinking carbonated drinks a long time ago when I would only drink one every now and then. And here lately, I've got to where I drink at least one a day. And that's not good. I'm going to cut that back out and just keep on drinking my water, because I usually, before I started these carbonated drinks back, would drink like 5 to 6 bottles of water, a 16-ounce bottle of water a day, because I feel better. I think when you drink water, it flushes some of the impurities out of your system, and I feel better. I don't feel good drinking the carbonated drinks, but they've got caffeine in them, so I get a little boost from it instead of sitting here all. That's enough about that. Let's get back to, what do you call the thing you push around in a grocery store? I was sitting here talking to my grandson Cam about this, and I first said, well, a grocery cart. You go get a grocery cart. Then he said a buggy, and I thought, yeah, we do call it a buggy a lot of times. Go get you a buggy. Go get you So a cart or a buggy, just whichever one I guess decides to come out that moment. What do you call the little bugs that light up at night? They're lightning bugs. They've always, they're fireflies, I think is what, but we've always called them lightning bugs. We used to get out in the backyard and catch lightning bugs all the time. We used to love to do that. The next word, I wrote it down for you. I don't have my big light on today, and I apologize for that, but sometimes getting out all this stuff, I've had a headache all week, y'all, really, off and on all week, and that's why I hadn't done a video so far this week. But I thought, well, I'll go on and do this, and that way I'll get to see y'all and talk to y'all and won't feel so lonely here. But I just haven't done a lot of crocheting, so. But how do you say this word? I say it pecan. That's what we've always said, pecan. We have pecan pies. We have put pecans on top of things, Chop up pecans and put them on top of a cake, or chop up pecans and put them on top of congealed salad. That's what we like to do around here. Or put whole pecans in things, or eat whole pecans, bake them in the, have y'all ever tried putting butter and salt on pecans and bake them a little bit in the oven? Oh, delicious. But those are pecans. They're not pecans. I'm sorry. Of course, if you live somewhere where you call them pecans, that's fine, because I don't ever say anything about how people pronounce words, because I know I pronounce a lot of things crazy. Oh, man. What's the last piece of a loaf of bread? The end piece is what I called it when I was a kid, the crust. Now, I love the first piece and the last piece. I used to get loaves of bread, actually sourdough bread. A woman here in town, when my kids were small, baked sourdough bread, and I would go get 2 loaves. There was 6 of us in the house, and as soon as I got home with those loaves of bread, everybody was fighting to get a piece. And Mr. Knott and I was always fighting to get the end piece. So, when I say crust, that's kind of the whole outside of the bread. So the pieces on the end are just the end pieces. That's what we do. I got another word for you. How do you say this word? I hope y'all can see this writing. It's Caramel. Caramel. We pronounce all this, we don't say caramel. It's caramel. I guess we do it. Caramel. 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 Put that little in there. I don't really like caramel. It's not my favorite thing. There's one other question down here, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a minute. What do you call athletic wear? Well, when people first started calling athletic wear, we always called it jogging suits, because that was mainly what they were doing, going to go jogging. And I guess here in the last several years, because so many people wear different types of athletic wear, of course we called them gym suits sometimes if it was a whole, or now I just say, well, they've got on some kind of athletic wear. Every now and then, if it's like the old things, jogging suits, I'll say, hey, they're going jogging. That's a pair of jogging pants. Maybe they're a little different than some of the things like they wear now that are athletic wear. But what do you call the little lobster-looking things that swim, the little lobster-looking creatures that swim in fresh water? Those, to me, if I'm correct on what they're asking about, are I didn't write that one down, Crawfish. Crawfish. A lot of people pronounce it a lot of different ways. Crayfish, crawfish is what, in Georgia they are, they're crawfish. And what do you call the water tap that's inside or outside your house? It's the faucet, the water faucet. Back when I was a kid, again, a lot of the outside one was the water spigot. Now I just say, go turn on the faucet, What's the space in the back of your car? That's the trunk, where you put your luggage, or used to. Now you put it up on top on the back. But cars used to, they've made everything so different nowadays. Most cars that are cars, I think, still do have a trunk. And that's for your luggage or whatever else you want to put in there. We used to haul a little bit of everything around in the trunk. Because if the pickup was gone, or if we didn't have a pickup close by, if the boys were out at some other field feeding and stuff like that, Mr. Knott would throw a bag of feed in the good car and go to the edge of the pasture and call up the cows and walk out there and feed them. So the trunk of our vehicles, they've hauled a little bit of everything. And what's the liquid you put in your car? That's gas. Of course, a lot of times we had diesel running things, so it was diesel fuel. Go fuel the vehicle up. Go put fuel. Oh, goodness. What do you call the light that regulates traffic? It's a red light. I don't know why we just, traffic light nowadays, I call things a little bit more nowadays, a little different than I did when I was a kid, but you pull up to a red light because it's going to tell you to stop. Didn't worry about the green light on it or the yellow light. You just fix and come to a red light. There's a red light up ahead. So that's what. And then what's the name of the place where you buy alcohol? The liquor store. Now, a lot of places, it's in the grocery store, so. What's the thing you turn the TV on with? The remote. You gotta have I got several remotes over here. It turns the air on and everything else. Let me get down here to what that was. 15. What's the place you go get your medicines? That's the drugstore. The pharmacy. Most of the time, I say, are you going to the drugstore when Mr. Knott's going to just like a pharmacy that isn't attached to another store. That's what my parents taught me. Because back then, they didn't have all of these stores that had pharmacies in them and all like that, and you were picking up your, sounds kind of bad now, you were picking up your drugs back when I was a kid, that word didn't mean illegal substances, so drugstore. What is the thing what do you call the thing in the morning at breakfast you put syrup on? And I call it syrup. Pancakes or waffles? I don't eat syrup. That's with the caramel. I don't like that kind of taste. I don't like that syrupy, anything like, I don't even, honey, if it's, we've got a guy that has bees over here on our property, and every year he gives us, fresh honey. So if it's honey not from the grocery store, if it's like his honey, I can eat a little bit of that, but anything that sugary stuff like that, I don't like. My mother used to buy that Karo syrup that it comes in dark and in white, and a lot of times she would put the white in recipes because I didn't like that taste of the dark brown syrup. I don't like molasses. Ugh. I don't like anything like that. So, number 18, the things that gives you the information about streets and roads. For your phone now, but it was always maps. And still, we were in the trucking business for 37 years, and we started in 1980. So back then, all we had were maps, and it's kind of hard to get out of that. Every other year, so Mr. Knott will buy an updated map to make sure he can keep up with the roads and everything. What's the thing you get money from? An ATM. The machine you get money from. Automatic teller machine, I think, is the... And what's the sweet thing on a stick? A sucker. Lollipop, sucker. We never called anything a lollipop. It was always a sucker. So, I have fun doing this. I loved watching Darla's and Madonna's and several of the other people that's done it. I really hadn't kept up with everybody that's done this. So I'm tagging one person, and she's probably going to shoot me for always tagging her. Well, I'm calling out one channel name, but it's Mama Swift. Trisha, if you hadn't done this, I want to hear because Trisha grew up in Boston, and I love her accent, the things that she calls things. So, Mama Swift, you're tagged, hon. I want you to do the What Do You Call It Tag. Then anybody else that has not done it yet, you're tagged. Do this. Somebody, I'm sure, has the exact questions. Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet, I believe, is the one that tagged Darla first. I didn't go back and look. I just wrote them down as Darla was saying them. So I'll put Darla's link in the description box, and I'll put Pamela's. So they may have a list, just a list in their description box of the actual questions. Anybody that hadn't done it, y'all get out there and do it. I mean it. So if I can come up off of my bed from the depths of no, I'm kidding. I have had a headache all week, and it's just aggravating me. Let me show y'all right quick so y'all see something crochet. Look at this beautiful, and I know you can't see it as good without that light. Look at this beautiful yarn. This is the Premier, here I got it, the Premier Garden Boutique, however you say that. And I'll do another video and talk more about that. Y'all, I've got a Facebook group. If you're not part of it and you have Facebook, I would love for you to come on over and join. I also have Instagram and Twitter, and they're all linked below down in the description box. So, y'all know I love you all. I've missed you all this week, but I'm sorry. Just sometimes things get in the way, so y'all forgive me for not doing any good videos, or if I ever do good videos, any videos with yarny good stuff in it, let's put it that way. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would appreciate you doing that. And then please, if you're on a device where you can, go down there and leave me a comment. I love reading all of y'all's comments. I truly, truly do. I love it. That's the highlight of my week, getting to read comments. And on Monday night, if I don't see you before then, Monday evening at 6:30, I will be live, and I'll have the drawing for the yarn I showed you last week. So, y'all know what I want you to do. All of you out there, each and every one of you, please keep coming back, because I'm going to be here. And y'all know it. I love you all.